Ah, look at the ground there. It's pretty cool. And let's see the X. I can shoot it. I couldn't shoot it now. I think I have to go and collect something. I also completed the entire mission last time. And I don't even have to kill anything. See that? Look at that. The game is over and I could able to complete the level as well. I have been talking about how we can use the power of local large language models like the Qwen 3.6 model and the Gemma 4 model, and also using the coding agents like the Pi coding agents, as you can see over here, which actually reduces the number of blot command that it sends to the large language model and making the large language model too much worse. I also showed you how you can use the power of the oMLX, which can do the inferencing way more faster in the Apple machine, and that actually increases the smart caching with the unified memory of the M5 machines. But today in this particular video, I'm going to quickly show you how you can build a Super Mario Bros game itself using the local large language model with the coding agents like the Pi coding agent. That's what we are going to be discussing over here. I will show you how amazingly you can do all of these things. And you can see that this is a super simple command that I have given. It is like create a complete single file Super Mario Bros arcade game with a pure HTML, CSS, JS, and output only raw HTML starting with and end with no explanation. And this is the canvas. This is the thing that I need to pass in, and I can actually enhance the entire prompt by passing it to maybe Claude or ChatGPT. But I have not did that. I am directly going to pass this whole information and I'm gonna create the game that you just saw over there. See, you see that now the Mario also has got a gun there which can shoot the mushrooms which is actually coming in. So I'm going to quickly show you how you can actually do all of these. So I'm going to go to my terminal over here and I'm going to create a new directory. I'm going to name this as Mario Bros and I'm going to open the Pi coding agent. But before I start the Pi coding agent, I'm also going to start the oMLX, which is actually installed within my machine. I've already talked about oMLX a lot in my YouTube channel already. If you really not watched that, I highly recommend to go and watch there. So you can see that I'm going to start the server right now. And you have got an option to open the admin pane, which is going to have all the information of your large language model. So you see that currently the model which I'm using is the Qwen 3.6 35 billion A3B quantization 6 and MTP model. So meaning if you're just going to go to the model settings over there, if you're going to click the gear symbol there, you can see that I have got the native MTP enabled. And again, MTP is a multi-token prediction. I already talked about that before. So essentially, MTP is going to reduce the memory footprint which is used by your large language model. It caches things and also it predicts the token way ahead based on the batch size that you're giving in. So that is what is MTP, and I have already enabled that particular part over here. And now I'm going to run this particular model. So it is already loaded and you see that this is the context that I have given over there. I'm going to start the Pi coding agent. So I've already installed the Pi coding agent as well. That is the reason why it is coming through. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go and copy the prompt that I have got over here. And then I'm going to paste it to our Pi coding agent, and this is the model that I'm using at the moment, as you saw. And now I'm just going to be hitting this run there. Before I run that, I'm actually going to start a timer. So I'm going to open the clock. So I'm going to go and hit this over here. So I'm going to start this one as well. So you can see that everything is currently running within my local large language model. So nothing is running on the cloud. So we'll see how much time it takes to complete the Mario game creation for me. And also I will show you how amazingly everything is going to happen in the oMLX side. If I'm going to go to the dashboard of the oMLX, it is actually going to show you how much token it has used and what is really happening. At the moment, you can see that it has generated like 2000 token and there is like 81 tokens per second, which is currently going on because at the moment it is doing a thinking stage there. That is the reason why there is not a lot of token being generated. But I will just wait for how much time the entire operation is going to take to create the Mario game for me. And you can see that it took like 2 minutes 20 seconds to complete the entire game creation for me over there. And it says that it has completed that and has put it in this particular folder for me. So let me go and open the particular folder. And you can see that this is the folder that it has got the file. So I'm going to just open that game over here. And you can see that this is the Super Mario Bros. With the HTML Canvas edition. I see that this time, this is the old game. The clouds are not moving last time, that the one that I was creating. But this time, the Mario game has got the cloud moving, which is pretty cool. Let me see. Oh, okay. So this time it is a bit better than compared to last time. But this time I don't see there is any path or something. I don't know whether I'm going to fall down or something. I'm not going to fall, which is great. Okay, the game is actually playable, which is not bad. But I still see that there is no like a way in the game, as like the cloud itself is actually moving there, which is pretty good as well. So what I'm actually going to do right now is I'm going to add a prompt there just to say that I see that the game is looking good, but I don't see a path. It looks like a cloud, to be honest. And I also need to see if you can add a gun for Mario where he can shoot it by pressing the Z button or something like that. So that way I can kill the enemies easily. And the ammo for the game should be loaded if I select any special coin or maybe some other element in the game, which can actually help me gain more ammos so that I can kill more enemies. So this is what I have given right now. And I'm gonna again trigger the clock right now. Sorry, just lap it. So let's see how much time this split is gonna take. So it is doing it. You see that it's saying ground with a visible path instead of just brick blocks and blend into the sky. I will draw a proper dirt path with a texture on the ground surface. And gun shooting mechanics, add a gun that Mario can pick up, press X or another key to shoot the bullets. And ammo system, special ammo coins can be collected for the different ammo, and the ammo can be picked up. And you can see that there is a HUD updates to show ammo count on the HUD there. So the head over display is going to have that information as well. So you see that within 2 minutes 20 seconds, we saw a game was created entirely running within my local machine. And let's see how much of a token is being used in total. It's just too much less as well. Thanks to MTV for doing that. And also, the number of tokens generated per second is 82 tokens per second, which is also not bad for a 35 billion parameter running within my machine. And my fan is just starting right now. It was not even starting earlier. And I can actually show you my activity monitor, like how much of a memory being used. It's just 67 GB used out of 128 GB I have got in my machine, which is not too bad as well. There we go. You can see that. I'm going to just stop it. It took like 2 minutes 53 seconds to write the rest of the code as well. So now Mario can start shooting it. This is the first time we're bringing Mario to start shooting as well the enemies with an X button there. And then there is also a glowing ammo coins and 10 plus ammo reward for every special question blocks, and the gun power is also added. I think we also have got the ground path now look pretty real on the top layer of the green grass. So now let's go and refresh this game to see if this is the case. You see that how many token prefill has been used and how many cache token has been used. And this is the cache efficiency, which is pretty amazing. And now let me try to refresh the page over there. So this is the game. I'm going to run this again, press enter. Look at the ground there. It's pretty cool. And let's see the X. I can shoot it. I couldn't shoot it now. I think I have to go and collect something before I start shooting it. Let's see. I don't know how to jump over here. Oh, there is a stuck in the game. I think it's not going there at all. I couldn't move further. And that's a bug as well. But we can see the game is actually playable. At least in this point. Oof, it's got killed by itself. But yeah, you see that now we got the idea of how this game is actually. But there is a blind spot here. So the moment I'm gonna go and hit this particular place over here, it's not moving further. But I think I need to tweak this particular game. But you see that this game is already super playable. Like I could able to play the game, which is amazing. And let's see if I'm gonna move past there. I got an ammo there. Let's see if I could able to kill the enemies. Just gonna get this thing past. And X, no. And oh yeah, there we go. I got 5 plus ammos there. This is what they were talking about. So let's say if I'm gonna kill it. How do I kill it? X is not the key in that case. So that's bad. Anyways, that's the game for me today. But you have already got the idea of how you can use the power of local large language model without sweating a lot and building an amazing game. And the last time the game which I was building it was actually working even better than this. I think is the key. See that? It just kills the enemies. But this world is a bit different comparatively. I also completed the entire mission last time. And I don't even have to kill anything. See that? Look at that. The game is over and I could able to complete the level as well, which is pretty amazing. So the next level is actually not all theirs because it's like I have not even told how to build the next level, but actually it's working. You see, that's the second level for me. Pretty amazing, guys. That's all about how you can use it. But once again, that's just a fun video to be honest, but I could see how powerful and potential the local large language model are these days to create a game for us. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video. Catch you in the next one.